mystery
in our history.
Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to the Mystery in Our History podcast, where we take an in-depth look at all things urban legend and conspiracy theory related and how they came to be. I'm J.R. Supa. Joining me as always is Chris Berry, aka Chris B OMG on Twitch and on Instagram and on everything.
Anything.
Yeah,
anything
it's
that
Chris
I'm
B
on.
OMG.
Yeah, that's it. I've adopted it.
And here we go. So since our Pizzagate episode was one of our most popular episodes we've ever done, I thought we would stick to what works in this with this week's episode, and that of course is pedophilia and child sex trafficking.
Just works. It just works.
So this week we're going to be talking about Wayfair and how they are allegedly trafficking young children. And what the hell am I talking about? I'll explain. In July, many Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram users saw posts alleging that high-priced furniture and other products with human names on Wayfair.com was evidence that missing children were being trafficked on the online retailer's site. The online realtor. The online retailer's site. The conspiracy theory exploded on social media around July 10th. From personal accounts with a few followers to verified social media influencers with hundreds of thousands of followers, users were rapidly spreading this theory. This prompted fact checkers from USA Today, Reuters, Snopes, and other outlets to investigate the validity of the information, and each reported that the conspiracy theory lacked credible evidence. We're going to get into that, but yet many social media users remain convinced of its validity.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they were so quick to swat it down.
Yeah.
I remember I was actually in the thick of all this crap because I was still laid off from work because of COVID, and I had nothing. You know, you got a lot of time on your hands when there's deadly virus outside. So.
All right, so let's talk about. So what is the Wayfair conspiracy theory? Let's start there.
Sure. Yeah. Fill everyone in.
Correct. The theory is Wayfair is trafficking children on its website under the guise of selling home goods such as expensive cabinets, throw pillows, and shower curtains. Allegedly. That's the theory.
Yes.
When someone buys a product listed for thousands and thousands of dollars, theorists seem to believe that the person somehow indicates a desire to purchase a child whose name is also the product name. And this would be done, some have suggested, by entering either a promo code or selecting a specific delivery method or being a Wayfair professional account holder. Now, we have, Chris pulled this right off of the Wayfair website. What is this? I guess this is like their mission statement.
Correct, yep.
And I will read it to you, and it'll be up on your screen if you're watching on YouTube.
It's just an excerpt of the mission statement.
So,
it's longer than this.
First sentence. At Wayfair, we carry a wide selection of baby and kids, so you can choose from many different options for your home. I have to assume...
It's a typo, right?
It's a typo. I have to assume that someone forgot the word products or furniture or something. Yes. They go on, we carry the best baby and kid products, so you can find one that is just right for you. With our large selection of home goods, you're likely to find something that you'll love. If you're looking for where to buy baby and kids online, then you'll have no trouble finding a great option on Wayfair. Again, I have to assume they forgot the word furniture, because why would you put in your mission statement illegal activity?
Oh, correct. Well, and I think this is maybe one of those things where I think that they did it to be cheeky. It's like cheeky. It's just cheeky enough to be like, oh, guys, it's just a typo. What you think we're really selling?
So you know what I mean? Here's my question before we go any further, Chris.
Sure.
Are you all in on this specific conspiracy? Like, do you buy into this?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Because we're going to look at a lot of the evidence, if you will, which has been found online. And I mean, if you just look at the evidence without any kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not due diligence, but like if you have, there's no context. You're just looking at the evidence and seeing what we're going to go into. It's pretty damning.
Yeah.
Like
well, that's the
it's
thing.
pretty damning. But
There's too many coincidences
right,
for this to be.
I don't know if I believe it, but it's pretty hinky.
Yeah. I'll tell you where I started to think this was real. Further in, when what we're gonna look at here in the near future, I thought was all just kind of coincidence too.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's continue with the theory, right? So, apparently, these expensive cabinets listed on Wayfair's website shared names with those of missing children throughout the country. One of whom was actually in Connecticut. I found out while I was researching.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
One of these girls. I think it was. I want to say it was Yuritsa, but anyway. So the 4 cabinets that are in question are the Naraya, Yuritsa, Samia,
I think, yeah.
I think it's Samia, and Olivia. Olivia where? Dad jokes,
right.
Baby.
Yeah, that caught me off guard.
All
You're
right.
getting seasoned at that.
I
huh?
know. So now and respectively, these particular cabinets cost $14,500, $13,800, $12,900, and $12,700.
For what looks like a steel cabinet. Nothing
right.
special. $500 tops.
Right. And like I said, the pictures are up on the screen, and we'll have them on Instagram for you guys too. The cabinets pictured were named, like I said, Naraya, Yuritsa, Olivia somewhere, and Samia, which social media users discovered to be the names of missing girls. Suspicions arose, by the way, I got greedy with the Olivias again.
I said I heard you.
I got
You
greedy.
stuck that in.
I got greedy, heard crickets. Just moved past it. Suspicions arose after the cabinet's listings were removed off Wayfair's website shortly after these posts became viral.
Almost immediately.
Yeah. And so we have another photo. So these are the photos of the actual missing kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Yuritsa was from, what is it, Hamilton, Connecticut?
Yes, Hamilton. Yep. Missing since June 10th, 2020. So this one was recent even.
And then Samia is from Ohio, Columbus, Ohio.
Doesn't look like the article says when. Oh, no. April 30th, 2019.
Yeah.
So.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So another thing that kind of makes you think is, according to the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children, roughly 800,000 children are reported missing each year in the United States. That's an alarming number, right?
Yeah, dude.
Like,
that's
absolutely alarming.
Fucked up.
That's over 600,000 more COVID deaths in the USA at this time this year. I just want that to sink in.
Yeah. There's
I get
during
one
the year
virus
there's over
600,000
more missing children than there are COVID deaths right now.
Correct. And again, one is a virus that can be spread around. I get it. I get why there's an emergency for it. But the fact that there's not sort of alarm or an emergency over the sheer number of kids that go missing is kind of appalling.
And I think that's where the Pizzagate conspiracy theorists
gets traction.
Find their traction to deny COVID and call it a hoax, which that's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole can of worms, yeah.
That we're not even going to dive into, but that's kind of where they're getting like, oh, COVID's, 150,000 people have died, but over 800,000 children are being abducted and sex trafficked and blah, blah, blah. And that's,
So I just wanted to take...
And because Pizzagate is blamed on the Democrats... Yeah, that's they're using that. So anyway, but yeah, whole nother can of worms.
Yeah, exactly. It can go in so many weird directions with these conspiracies.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to take the time to kind of read some of the names of the missing children with some of the product names, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So this first one here is actually Mary Durrett. Um, this is like a Facebook infograph. I'm sure you see these things on Facebook all the time when someone goes missing. It's a bunch of pictures of the kid, whatever. But basically, she is in desperate need of her medication. Mary Durrett, age 16, was last seen walking on the 100 block of 1 Herman Museum Circle Drive in the Museum District near Texas Medical Center on December 7th, 2017. I could keep going, but the rest of it's just kind of just more information. But then
I'll
here's
leave it
the
on the
thing.
screen while we're talking about it.
The for sale on Wayfair's website is a Durrett zodiac sign astrological constellation personalized throw pillow selling for $9,999, and there's only one in stock.
It's a lot of money for a pillow.
A lot of money for a pillow, right? No pillow in the world is worth that kind of money.
Unless it's encrusted in diamonds.
Maybe.
But so
Mhm.
I mean, this is just really small on my screen, so I don't know if I can even see it. Hang on, let me blow it up. Because I just want to know if it says anywhere on here. My big thing is, okay, that's cute that it matches up, but where's the date?
Oh, good question.
Right?
Yeah, all I see is stuff like
So that's
get
because,
it by Wednesday, July 29th, but there's no year.
right. And that's my and it could be that it was in the same year. I'm not saying it was, I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying that this picture doesn't have the year.
Yeah, and these are all over the place,
Right.
too.
It's not time-stamped. So
right.
now if she's still missing, totally different story, right? Like, you know what I mean? Because now, like, okay, she's been missing for a while, and now it's like 2 years later, she's still missing, presumed dead, and now all of a sudden her name is up there.
You know, that's a good question that I actually didn't. I don't know why I didn't think to actually look that up. But actually, I'm just seeing right now she was found safe. I just typed in her name in Google and it says she was found safe.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe this is maybe one of the kids that Jess was talking about.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay. But again, this is Durrett is her last name, and the Durrett zodiac sign, astrological constellation, personalized throw pillow for $10,000.
Yeah, insane amount of money.
That's an insane amount of money.
So, and then and it just keeps happening, right? So there's the Kyla Coleman went missing in Cleveland, Ohio. Luckily, there's a Kyla 5-shelf storage cabinet for sale for $12,000.
Yeah.
Dupless.
On sale too, because nobody wanted it.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna struggle with this one. Duplessis.
Duplessis. Yeah, I think that's sure. I honestly don't know. Some of the names today are just out there. Oh,
trust me, I work with children. I get it.
But it's the same pillow.
Yep. Same exact pillow, right?
Same pillow, same price. Yep. See, that's fucked up.
13-year-old that went missing in Southfield, Michigan. And they're selling a same exact pillow as the Durrett pillow.
It's the same pillow.
Same price, same thing. Moving on to Annabelle Wilson, missing from Hutchinson, Kansas, age 14. Annabelle 5-shelf storage.
Yep.
$10,899.99. So for me, it's just kind of too gross of a coincidence for me to chalk this all up as it was an algorithm mistake.
Yeah, and we'll get into that too. But yeah, this is. I don't know. I mean, Annabelle. I've seen Annabelle on other websites, like things named Annabelle. So that's not. It's for me. What gets me is the really not necessarily strange, but unique names, the uncommon names, and maybe I'm just
like Duplessis.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. That's what gets me. But what has perpetuated this conspiracy is that it comes on the heels of 1 year ago when 500 Wayfair employees walked out of the company's Boston headquarters. The walkout took place after employees learned that Wayfair had profited off selling beds to detention centers holding migrant children. So according to the sources we used, this is what happened. Wayfair did indeed profit off selling beds to detention centers that were holding migrant children. That is a fact based on all of our sources.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Morally speaking, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, the argument can be made that if they didn't do it, somebody else would have. But still, what bothers me the most is that when some companies do shady or immoral shit, it's no big deal. And when others do, there's an overwhelming outcry to put them out of business.
Yeah.
Right? Goya gets boycotted because the CEO goes and has lunch with Trump and compares him to his grandfather who founded the company, which, again, I'm no fan of Trump, but
It's
okay.
harmless. It's
right.
harmless. What happened?
Right. Okay, so boycott Goya. Meanwhile, Chick-fil-A is actively opposing gay rights in this country in 2020
Mm-hmm.
and have lines around the
Congress
block. They have lines around the block for fucking chicken sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Wayfair sells beds to detention centers with migrant children and, according to some, trafficked children, and I'm still seeing commercials that they have just what I need.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, it's just double standards as far as the eye can see, and it drives me nuts.
Yeah, dude. I completely know what you mean. It's double standards have become so terrible lately. It's driving me crazy, too.
Yeah.
It's always just two sides of the same coin fighting. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
And I'm going to step down off my soapbox now, but that was...
yeah.
It's just, it gets to me, dude. It just gets to me.
I get it. Yeah.
So, okay, so now here's Wayfair's response to the questions about their high-price cabinets. Okay. This is, quote, their response. Yes.
Yeah.
There is, of course, no truth to these claims. The product in question are industrial-grade cabinets that are accurately priced. Recognizing that the photos and descriptions provided by the supplier did not adequately explain the high price point, we have temporarily removed the products from the site to rename them and provide a more in-depth description and photos that accurately depict the product to clarify the price point. Wayfair told Reuters that the company uses an algorithm to name its products. The algorithm uses first names, geographic locations, and common words for naming purposes. Now, before I continue, I have never met anyone whose first name was Durit.
No.
Number one.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm just an ignorant white dude, but I have never heard the names Naraya, Yuritsa, Olivia, and Samaya before I started researching this topic.
Once.
You what?
But those other names I haven't heard, but I've worked with the Yuritsa once.
Okay. But again, like, how common is that name?
No, not. She's the only one I know.
Right. I researched, I literally read a book of 10,000 baby names at least 2 or 3 times trying to come up with a name for my son.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we settle on Logan, which just, puts him in the friggin' Whitey McWhitestein category already.
No Duplessis?
No Duplessis. But, like, I never even saw these names in the book, so, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Or at least I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
But even if I had heard them before, I would hardly call them common names.
Not even close.
That would end up in a database.
Yeah. Right.
You
would expect, like,
naming things.
The Chuck pillow.
Yeah.
The Chad pillow.
Or even like, the Celine or something. You know what I mean? Like, just whatever. But
the Cher pillow.
Yeah, neither here nor there. Do you believe in love after love? Shout out to Joe Basile when we got that song kicked off the jukebox.
You guys. God, I love you boys so much.
It was Cher's Believe in Life After Love ended up getting kicked off. Tom Jones, What's New Pussycat?
I recall this because you guys told me about this. Yeah. It was at like Eli's or something.
Joe ended up getting those 2 removed from jukeboxes, and I actually got Magic, Why You Have to Be So Rude.
Ooh.
I got that pulled from the jukebox. They actually unplugged the jukebox at the pool hall because I played it 7 times in a row. and they couldn't stop me because I was paying. It was one of those the sound cloud or whatever it is, those jukeboxes that you can do it from the app from your phone.
Yeah.
I was just paying the extra money to play next.
Yeah, so you paid extra money to play next 7 times,
Yes.
8 times, 10
yes.
times.
I just literally bought the song 7 times in a row. So they unplugged it. They waited like an hour. There was an hour of zero music in the entire place. And then they plugged it back in, and I immediately played 2 songs that were not Magic Rude. Right? Like, I played like a country music song, and everybody was like, oh, yeah, I like this. And then after the next song, I played Magic Rude again, and they unplugged the jukebox and turned it off. And they refused to put it back in for the rest of the night.
Oh, you guys are terrorists.
And it was it was an entire building of people just going, who the fuck is playing a song?
Dude, people get so mad when you play inappropriate songs at places like that. I used to do that at a bar in Nashua when I lived in that area, and I would just put like the worst songs on.
Yeah.
Of course, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but like it's just stuff that like
play
no one wants
songs
to hear.
that literally no one can like enjoy out at a bar.
Yeah.
All right, we've gone on a huge tangent, but anyway, let's talk about where the theory gained traction. Where else? Reddit.
Fucking hate Reddit.
I've, as you know, in our group chats, recently rediscovered Reddit, and I hate that I have.
I know.
I wish. Listen, I joined Reddit like 6 years ago, it says.
Yeah.
And I think I haven't been on Reddit in at least 4 years.
Okay.
And I've now, like, it's just consuming my life. But
I just deleted my 9-year-old account today.
Did you really?
I did.
I'm thinking about deleting my account.
So many subs.
I know. I've thought about deleting my original account because the name is unbelievably offensive. And I'm just starting a new account so that I can like.
Yeah. 6 years ago it was fine.
Every time I post something, I look at the name associated with the post, and I'm like, it's just not funny anymore.
I can only imagine what it is.
It's inappropriate. It's not like racist or homophobic or anything like that. It's just super inappropriate.
Just like pole player.
It's stupid. All right. So in response to the sex trafficking theory, one Reddit user said, well, how about the fact that if you look up the SKU number of any of these products named after girls, you'll see that the image results on any uncensored search engine like Yandex shows images of children in bikinis. What do you make of that? And so we're going to show you a picture here from Yandex. So I guess this is from eBay, not Wayfair.
Yes, correct.
But it's a dandelion flower cushion cover, waist throw pillow case, home outdoor decor lot. $29,300. Are you fucking joking me? So they took the style ID and they plugged it into Yandex, which Yandex is, I'm assuming, a Russian search engine, I think.
It's a Russian search engine. Yeah, I believe so.
Unfiltered, uncensored Russian search engine. When you plug it into there with the SRC and USA in front of it, the first 4 pictures that are there are 4 little girls in like little tank tops. Yep.
It's again, it's not like this is like absolute solid dead ass proof. But again, it's just like one of those things where it's just like, this is too conveniently suspicious.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
It's not like somebody made it up. They took the style ID and they plugged it in. And granted, it's Russian, so, take it with a grain of salt. But they plugged it into a search engine and little girls came up.
Yeah.
So, to be clear, because there's also a misconception with this theory. Many people were trying to debunk the theory, saying it would be too difficult to ship children in these cabinets. That's not the theory. The theory is that the cabinets, the pillows, the curtains represent the children. They're not what the children are being shipped in.
Correct. Yep. And that's like that's kind of like before recreational cannabis was legal to be sold in Massachusetts. It's like the same idea. Shops were selling shit like a Bic pen for $60 with a free bag of like herb in there.
Mhm.
And everyone knows you're not buying a $60 pen.
Right.
You want the shit that comes in the bag.
Correct. One couple actually bought one of these items in an attempt to see if they would receive some grooming calls to prove the theory, and posted the receipt online along with a 40-minute Instagram Live video. Both posts have since been deleted. Coincidence?
Yeah, I mean, I actually did not know anything about that. That was new for me.
Yeah.
I want to find the video, but
It's
I
deleted.
looked
You can't
for them
find
and
it.
they're gone.
Yeah.
Like usually people save and spread those around when stuff like that happens.
Yeah,
but
somehow
sometimes it
it's been
just
deleted.
happens.
Like Beyonce, they just took it off the internet.
Yeah, it's gone. You'll never see that one again.
Other influencers, including those who don't regularly engage in conspiracies, also promoted the theory. They shared screenshots of expensive Wayfair products on their Instagram stories and expressed shock at the idea.
Yeah, absolutely. This conspiracy again spread so far and wide that my partner caught wind of it, which is usually not something. She does not look into conspiracies or any of that kind of stuff. That's pretty much my realm completely.
Yeah.
And I'm the crazy man of the house. But she was telling me that one of the missing kids that was on Wayfair, one of the kids that was basically featured on Wayfair and was missing, basically made a video on Instagram being like, "Hey, I'm alive, I'm well, don't worry, everything's good." But I literally cannot find a single thing about it anywhere. And that's how easy it is to get people to think that this is just a big fat nothing burger. and like, I'm not saying it didn't happen. You like that term, huh?
Nothing burger is my new favorite thing.
That's a pretty good one. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I just can't find any proof that it did.
Right. And that's the weird thing is like somebody just says, "Oh, by the way, this person's okay. You don't have to worry about it." This is debunked because this person's okay. They made a video. They said they're fine.
Right.
But that video doesn't exist. Like, where's the video?
Right. I can't find it
Right.
anywhere.
So, like, just because somebody said it's okay, it's one of those things where it's like it's like a game of telephone. It just keeps spreading and spreading and spreading and spreading, and before you know it, it's like everybody's like, "Oh no, it's this. It's fine."
Yeah, don't worry. They said they're fine, so it's just nothing.
Right. It's like the rumors that like Mr. Rogers was a Navy SEAL and he had 2 full arm sleeve tattoos, and that's why he always had long sleeves.
Yeah.
And he had a tattoo for like every person he killed. Like that was an actual rumor about Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like,
Which
or
I think is false, right? That's absolutely
it's
false.
completely debunked.
Yeah.
And what's the other one? Oh, Marilyn Monroe. Not Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Manson removed his 2 bottom ribs so that he could suck his own dick. Remember that?
Yeah, that one's just common knowledge for everyone, which is also false.
I know.
That's
my point.
knowledge.
Like, you learned that in middle school. When we were in middle school, that was a fact.
Yes.
That was an actual fact of life. That's happened.
How easy it is to spread that shit.
That happened. That just happened.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's talk about Chris's favorite part of anything that it involves this. How does Q fit in?
Yo, it's just the conspiracy that keeps on giving.
I know.
That's my favorite
really
thing
is.
about it.
All right, for those of our listeners that don't know, oh, by the way, before we get started, the fact that there is a politician running that is actively supporting QAnon is hilarious. I'm talking about, what's her name? The lady that I sent you guys from California?
Oh. Yeah.
I forget what her name is. It's like Leanna or something, Laura Deanne or something like that. I can't remember. She's running against, I think like the district she's in is like Nancy Pelosi's district, by the way.
No way.
Yeah, she's got like 1.8%, and Nancy Pelosi has like 70%. I could be wrong on the people here, but I know it's like a very important Democrat who has like a fucking chokehold on this district.
Has not left in forever.
Right. That's who she's running against. Going out being like, Trump is God. QAnon is the showing us all the light. It's fucking crazy. All right. But anyway, for those of our listeners that don't know what the fuck Chris and I are talking about or what Q is, we have a 3-part series on Q that is pretty deep dive. So I'll just say this. QAnon was born as a far-right conspiracy theory around 2017 on the image-based forum 4chan. One of the beliefs is that President Trump is working to expose a cabal of Satan-worshipping pedophiles who are high-ranked officials and celebrities involved in the child sex trafficking ring. Also, they're all Democrats, according to this.
No.
No.
They're not all Democrats.
They're not? Okay, so it's the whole swamp.
There's other people what are called rhinos, Republican in name only.
Ah, okay. See,
that
these
are doing
things,
some of the same
these
things.
are things I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's all pedos that Q is trying to get rid of. It's all about getting rid of the pedos.
And it's usually the people who are the people that are accused are the people who are actively fighting against him constantly.
Right.
Mitt Romney, Kasich, those
anyone
kind of
with the
guys.
last name Clinton.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, by the way, with the amount of shit the Clintons have gotten from Trump and Q, I'm surprised Trump is still alive.
Yeah. Although,
because they're pretty quick to just pull the trigger and kill some people. And if we ever get a Patreon member, they will see that the Clintons have killed people for less.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because that is right now. That's our only running Patreon series is the Clinton murders. There's a few episodes are posted up on there.
So,
but join, don't join, whatever. I don't care.
So we are currently recording this on Friday the 21st of August. This past Wednesday, the 19th of August, Trump was just asked something along the lines of, is it, meaning the Q conspiracy, secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals, to which he responded, well, I haven't heard that, but is that supposed to be a bad thing or a good thing? Now, what do you think of that? Do you think he's playing coy, or do you think he's just an absolute fucking moron?
I believe so. I think. I mean, I didn't see the interview, so I don't know. But I would think that he answered like, "Well, I haven't heard that," meaning he's denying the Q stuff because he doesn't want to be associated with it, right? That's the idea, is you're denying that.
Yep.
But he's saying like, if that was true, right? Like he's secretly saving the world from satanic cult of pedophiles, and cannibals. Like, why are you asking me this question? Like, it's a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, if that were true,
I agree.
Isn't that a good thing?
Yeah.
So, like, if
I
is
think
what
the way
he's
he
doing,
worded it was smart.
You know what I mean? So that's like, is this supposed to be a good thing or a bad thing? Like, why are you asking me this like it's a bad thing? Like, I don't know about it, but if that's what he's doing, wouldn't that be the best possible solution?
Right. To which they don't say anything because they
again,
don't want to answer.
And, because I've just lived on Reddit for the past, 5 days, all I see are like the anti-vaxxers truly believe that, number one, my new favorite term from the Republican and Trump supporters is full-term abortion.
Okay. Yeah. I know what you mean.
Right. Now, and I'm not trying to turn this into a political podcast by any means, but a full-term abortion is just murdering a baby.
Right. The baby's born and they just kill it.
Right. That's just murder. That's not an abortion. That's murder.
Yeah.
If the baby can survive, if you take a baby out of a womb and it can survive and then you kill it, that's just murder.
Right.
But they're saying that they're using full-term abortions. They're performing full-term abortions so that they can inject the aborted fetus cells into vaccines. And that's what the vaccines are made of.
Yes. Yep.
Are you
dude, there's
kidding?
so much crazy shit in there. There's just so much crazy shit in
I
there.
think I'm having a heart attack. That's how amped up I get with fucking.
I get it, dude. They say like Planned Parenthood buildings are set up like old Mayan temples, and that instead of having sacrifices on an altar, they're doing sacrifices in the womb instead. Dude, I get it. It's fucking wild. It's insane.
It's like it's so far fetched.
But
what if it was true?
I fucking hate you. Oh, well, all right. Let's get back on topic here.
Yes, of course.
There seemed to be some overlap between people who have previously engaged with QAnon context and those who shared the Wayfair conspiracy theory, pointing to it as proof of a large-scale sex trafficking scheme. Some have attempted to connect Wayfair theory to Ghislaine Maxwell and associates and alleged accomplice. An associate and alleged accomplice of the late financier Jeffrey Epstein, a registered sex offender who in 2008 pleaded guilty to procuring a minor for prostitution. An assertion that Maxwell was pictured with Wayfair's president of operations, a position that doesn't exist today, was debunked by the Associated Press.
Yes, by the Associated Press. But I'm going to go ahead and back up because I can help with the connection that's being quote-unquote debunked. And it does, in fact, have to do with the Q conspiracy, strangely enough.
Okay.
Or not so strangely, really, but...
Everything comes back to Q, so it's not really
it always
that strangely.
does. And it's just kind of weird, right? That they always have something that's on point, but it's just vague enough to not be... to be discredited. But anyway, I'm getting off topic already.
It's the story of this podcast.
Yeah, pretty much. So this is the conspiracy that keeps on giving. It's really weird. But have you ever heard of Rachel Chandler?
The name sounds familiar, but I don't recall who she is.
Okay. Well, so here's a picture
of her. Although it
Bill.
might just be because her name is two of the characters of Friends.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Her middle name's actually Phoebe, so.
Oh my God, I wish.
Rachel Chandler. Here's a picture of her with Bill Clinton.
Okay.
And they are what is alleged to be Epstein's private jet in this picture. Now, I can't confirm that personally because I don't know what the fuck it looks like inside.
Right. I mean, it's the inside of a fucking private jet. They all look the same. Right.
But Q claims that is true. It's Epstein's jet. Oh. So the post is from April 8th, 2018. And it's a picture of again, it's Bill and Rachel on a private jet. And it says R. Chandler underneath it. Mm-hmm. And then Q writes, Epstein's plane. Who is she? Follow friends. Friends lead to others. Open source. Q. So, we do know that Bill was buddy with Epstein. That's just fact at this point if you're paying attention.
Right.
Like it's hard to disprove. Here is another picture of Rachel Chandler with 90s to 2000 rapper P. Diddy when she was 14. She says she's 14 right in the comments. So long story short, Epstein and Rachel Chandler seem to be connected in some way or another. Another Q post from March.
She does not look 14 in that picture.
I agree. But
that's probably the point.
Yeah. So another Q post from March 20, 2019 reads, Rachel Chandler equals Allison Mack times 100. Q. Allison Mack, if you Google her up, is the leader of NXIVM. So let me read you a little piece from what I just Googled. It's a news article from literally 1 week ago.
Okay.
Here's the excerpt from it. It says, in 2019, a story broke about a sex cult that recruited actresses under the guise of Women's Empowerment Network. Their leader, Keith Raniere, was arrested for sex trafficking, extortion, and related crimes of taking advantage of women. His main accomplice was Smallville actress Allison Mack.
Shut up.
Fans everywhere.
Shut up.
Actress Allison Mack played the girl next door on the hit show Smallville.
I loved her.
Yeah. It's crazy, right? Appearing as Clark Kent's bubbly friend, no one could imagine that she would be a willing participant in sex abuse. Her co-stars came forward to express their shock. How did Allison Mack get roped into NXIVM? Was she as predatory as the press say, or was she a victim of brainwashing too? Is another one of those double standard bullshit right there.
Yeah.
Here's our take on what happened to the actress. Now, that is from filmdaily.co,
Dude,
but if you look up her name, that's news. Like, it comes up on multiple websites.
That's
this
insane,
happened.
dude. I had no idea. You just literally, my mind is blown right now.
Okay. So
'Cause Smallville
now,
was one of my favorite shows growing up.
crazy, right? Dude, absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts.
the
So at this
fuck?
point, you're probably going, okay. What's the point, Chris? I get it. It takes a little bit of setting up. But Rachel Chandler, aka the Allison Mack times 100, according to Q, is or was the recruiting manager at
Oh
Wayfair.
boy, that's a stretch.
Well,
Okay, go ahead.
Here's a picture of her LinkedIn. It says Rachel Chandler, assistant vice president and recruiting manager. Now look at the credentials. Boston, Massachusetts, assistant vice president and recruiting manager. Robert Half legal. Click to
Right.
view her profile, and then
Rachel has
bam,
4...
there's her face right there.
Recruiting manager at Wayfair. Corporate attorney, legal recruiter.
So then if you look at the page to join to connect, here's all the stuff. Robert Half legal, Duke University School of Law, corporate attorney, legal recruiter. Rachel Chandler. Now, mind you, this is 2 years before any of this came forward. 2 years ago. This is why Q is insanely weird, dude. This is why I can't just throw it away yet. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
people are convinced that it's fake, it's nothing, it's all garbage. But the thing about Q, again, and I'll keep saying this, even if it is fake and it's nothing, what other conspiracy theory basically says, hey, think for yourself. Look at what's going on around you.
Right.
Why does JR not know that the girl from Smallville is trafficking women?
Yeah.
Because they don't want you to know that. But it's happening. They're sweeping it under the rug.
Dude.
So, I don't know. It could all be one coincidence, but it doesn't feel entirely debunked to me.
I'm so shaken right now.
Right?
So shaken in my core.
That's crazy, right, dude?
Oh.
Absolutely wild.
I can't watch Smallville ever again.
Yeah.
Without that being on the back burner of my mind the entire time.
Yeah, that she was a sex trafficker.
God damn it.
It's crazy. Absolutely nuts.
All right. Well, let's talk about what the experts say.
Sure.
Just let me get away from this and
Mm-hmm. I get it, dude. It goes deep.
Yeah.
It goes deep.
All right. So, what do the experts say? Nothing, really. Well, let me elaborate. Nothing as it pertains to Wayfair specifically, because without actual proof, how could they speak to it?
Sure.
Actual proof.
Right.
But I do want to touch on this topic anyway, because not to get too political, even though I've gotten up on my soapbox already in this episode, and we've also just pretty much discussed politics the entire time, this is still an important issue that people should be aware of.
Correct.
Now, the Arizona Republic, which is a news outlet, media outlet, sought the expertise of Dominique Rowe-Sepowitz, the director of sex trafficking intervention research at Arizona State University. She also serves on the Arizona Human Trafficking Council and the mayor's Human Trafficking Task Force in Phoenix. While Rowe-Sepowitz could not speak to the veracity of the Wayfair theory, she told the Republic that she appreciates the opportunity to raise awareness of human trafficking, which, quote, happens every day in Phoenix, she said on July 13th. She went on to say, the reality of trafficking is heartbreaking. There's nothing intriguing, nothing romantic about people who go missing and are trafficked, she said. She went on to say, I am happy that this story is interesting the public, but the victims are most likely not on Wayfair. That's what she wrote in an email to the Republic. They are, she goes on to say, in front of us on 27th Avenue, in our local hotels, online, on sex-selling websites, and dating sites. She said people who have posted about child trafficking on social media can, quote, translate their attention to volunteering for and donating money to credible organizations. Tim Ballard, founder of anti-child trafficking nonprofit Operation Underground Railroad, and a former special agent for the Department of Homeland Security, went viral in a video on July 12th. Ballard is based in Utah and California. He said, "Law enforcement's going to flush that out, and we'll get our answers sooner than later. But I want to tell you this. Children are sold that way." Ballard said in the video, "No question about it. Children are sold on social media platforms, on websites, and so forth. I'm glad people are at least waking up to it, especially right now." Ballard did not confirm or deny the veracity of the theory specifically.
Yeah. I'd like to say one thing is for sure, and it appears that the United States is cracking down on human trafficking. It's hard to get actual good numbers and a good source because everything online, when you try to do research, turns into an Obama versus Trump issue. It's absolutely stupid. I don't care. I just want the numbers.
Yeah.
According to, basically, from my understanding, the Obama administration was only using ICE numbers when they were doing arrests for human trafficking. Donald Trump has brought the Department of Justice in with ICE to help, if that makes sense. So
Yep.
He's using two different agencies, but the numbers that you'll see are just basically the ICE numbers. And basically what you're going to see is that these arrests and cases and people being brought to justice over human trafficking, they're just getting higher and higher each year. And that's absolutely a great thing to hear.
Yeah.
And really on that note, I wanted to also say, we do joke and goof a lot on here, but I wanted to say that human trafficking is a very serious danger.
And very
to be
prevalent.
vigilant. Absolutely. And just to be vigilant and safe when you go out. If you see something, say something. If you think someone needs help, please call the National Human Trafficking Hotline. The number is 1-888-373-7888. 7888.
Yeah. Need the extra
Or, yeah, right. I didn't want to leave that off. Or text help or info to 233-733. They're open 24 hours, 7 days a week, and speak over 200 languages. Or you can visit their website, humantraffickinghotline.org, and leave a tip. Honestly, guys, it could save a life. So
100%.
If you think someone's in trouble, please do something.
Yes. And on that wonderfully somber note, we will wrap up this time on the Mystery in Our History podcast. Be sure to check out our website, fourguysmedia.com, for news, updates, and a list of all of our podcasts. Someone Else's Shoes is out now. We're 3 episodes in.
Yes.
Episode 1 is almost at 500 views, which I'm super pumped about.
Awesome.
We have Jessica Lynn, who is a touring country music singer and a wonderful person and a very good friend of mine, on the first episode. And actually coming up, episode 4, I'm trying to work out when that interview is going to take place. But I'm going to have another friend of mine who is a working actor. So we're going to get a little bit of the background of his story and just kind of what it's like being an actor.
Very cool. Now, not to pry too much into it, but is he stage or is he film?
Film.
Film.
Yep.
That's excellent. That's
Yeah,
very
film
cool.
actor. He actually, and we'll get into this in the interview, but he just booked a commercial, which is like a nationwide, not the company, but like throughout the nation, commercial, which is a huge deal.
Yeah.
And also has a really big audition coming up, which I'll be talking to him about in the interview. So that's out and doing well. Mike's Mini History, Mike's Mini. There's so many fucking podcasts. I don't remember the names of them all now. Mike's Mini History Lessons will be coming back. Mike is obviously, like the rest of the teachers in this country, busy. AF
Son of a bitch. Yeah,
with,
he's so stressed out.
Yeah, the poor guy. Every time I text him, "Hey, do you have a lesson plan for me?" He just verbally vomits into the phone. And I just do it to fuck with him because I know he's busy. But he did send
Bastard.
me, I know, he did send me a bunch of really cool history fun facts. So I'm just editing those out, and we're going to have 4 short episodes, which I don't know how our episodes can get any shorter because they're all like 5 minutes. But they're going to be 4 short episodes with just a few fun history fun facts
Cool.
in those 2. So those will be coming out hopefully. I think probably 1 will be out by the time this airs. And yeah, so that's everything updated. Be sure to tip your waitresses or waiters.
Disinfect all your surfaces.
That's right. Tip your bartender, even though you're not allowed to go to the bar. And have a wonderful, conspiracy-free day.
Absolutely.
Bye.